Okay. What are mid-month messages for Aries? What are some mid-May month messages for Aries? Knight's card coming out. Okay. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. It seems a little conflicting for you, Aries. I'm gonna be real with you with these two different nights. Is that they're kind of opposing each other. So it's like you're not sure if you want to be conservative or you want to be adventurous with how you want to go about the rest of the month. Okay? There's a part of you that wants to be reserved and just chill and be reliable and just stay put. But then there's another part of you that seems to be very like energetic and full of like motivation to do something and be proactive. Tell me more. Tell me more for Aries, please. Tell me more for Aries, please. Nine might be an important number. It came out twice. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse, followed by the Five of Pentacles. Tell me more. Tell me more for Aries, please. Get the Star card. Page of Swords. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's read this. Okay, so we got the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here, right? So I'm sensing with you, Aries, you're spending more time to yourself and doing things that you want to do. Like, I like, to a certain extent, you are being a little bit more selfish with how you come about like your resting time. Like, you've been more calm, you've been more in control of yourself, and you're trying to get more rest because this is just genuinely what you want to do for yourself. If you're buying some things, you're like, it's not really meant for others, it's more for yourself. I'm sensing like for you, Aries, you're more for yourself right now than for others. I think like you've been giving a lot to others and you've been like, you know, slowly recovering from your finances with that Five of Pentacles is what I'm seeing. And I do see that your finances are getting better, which is good. And then you got the Star card coming in, showing opportunities to renew yourself. So I feel like you are kind of going through this transitional phase where like you're being more independent with how you want to like prioritize your time and your money and your focus. And it just seems like, you know, you're figuring out ways on how you want to go about like this new like leaf that you're turning on, you know? And then I see the Page of Swords coming in, followed by that Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I do see that you are becoming more energetic and like you're getting more like into your groove than you have been. Maybe there's a part of you that felt like you kind of haven't really been like yourself, but I do see that you're slowly phasing out and coming back into yourself. There has been a lot of chaos that occurred to you, and it does seem like a waste to throw away some of the things that you built up on. But I see that like, you know, despite that loss, you're like recovering from it and you're turning onto a new leaf and you're going back into yourself. And I think that's what's more important than anything else here for you. Hi Heather, welcome in. Thank you so much. Let's see, what's some hidden factors for you, Aries? Ten of Cups. Six of Cups. Hidden factor for Aries. Hold on. This card is wanting to show itself. We got a repeat here of the Page of Swords. Tell me more, please. What are some hidden factors for Aries for mid-month of May? Okay, let's read this. And if there's more that I need to pull, I'll pull it. Alright, we got the Ten of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse, then the Ace of Swords in reverse, followed by the Eight of Wands, and then the Page of Swords. And then on the bottom, you have the Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands in reverse, and then the Star card in reverse. So, hidden factors for you, Aries. I do see some inner happiness coming your way. It could be from a relationship. It could be just feeling like at peace with something. Or it could be with family. Or something like you've been dreaming about is going to come true soon. And you're going to find a lot of fulfillment out of that. Excuse me. And I see here, some of you might be living in the past. And you're going to be forgiving some parts of your past here in order to move forward. I also see that some of you guys might be leaving a home and starting something new. Maybe starting a family, or like maybe some of you guys are proceeding in a direction to grow your family. I do see something being left behind in the past, like letting bygones be bygones. This could be issues that have been plaguing your thoughts, or like something that happened in your past that has been like sticking with you in the present. I do see you letting go of that and finding fulfillment and happiness going forward. With this Ace of Swords, it also shows me that like you're getting a lot of like inner clarity over something. Something that has been confusing you lately. I think like there has been some clouded judgment over a situation that has been bugging you for a while. But I think part of you is kind of just letting go and moving on in order to like be happy and be peaceful. With this Eight of Swords, though, I do see something is about to happen for you, though. Something is going to come in and manifest very quickly regarding an opportunity. Okay? This could be you. This could be somebody. And this is interesting because this came out earlier, right? But I see with hidden factors, like, something's coming in. This could be a person, or this could be, like, you. Basically somebody who wants to try something new and give a new like idea or opportunity. Earlier I saw this as you like coming back into yourself, but I think there's an opportunity here where something comes in and you're going to be able to be like coming into yourself again. This productive self of yours that you haven't really felt in a very long time. That thrive, that passion that makes you you. I do see here, though, something interesting is going to happen in the next couple of weeks for you. And you're going to be meditating a lot over this interesting opportunity that comes your way. That kind of brings you back to how you once were. This person you haven't felt like yourself in a while. But I don't see you kind of like charging in. I kind of see you kind of like watching things and seeing how things play out before proceeding. And then like with the Four of like Cups showing itself here, there's definitely some type of opportunity that's trying to present itself to you, but it doesn't seem like you're accepting it right away. But you're not rejecting it either. I see you kind of like, okay, like let me just sit on this. Let me just try to like think things through. I'm not sure if I want to completely accept this offer. I'm not sure if I want to reject it either. There's just some things I need to really like, I need to sort my thoughts out first before going forward, you know? But the opportunity is very plentiful, especially with this Ace of Cups coming in. It's showing that like, there's definitely like someone trying to pour into your cup. This could be finance, this could be love, this could be emotions. This could be someone offering you like a romantic connection. Because then you do have like the Ten of Pentacles coming in afterwards. But like the thing is here, like Aries, like the Ace of Cups is very like offering, like, like a new relationship of some sort, new feelings, something like a proposal of some sort. It can mean a lot of things in that retrospect, in that type of area of focus, right? But the thing is with Aries, like, as a fire sign and being the independent fire sign, this is very hard for you to make commitments. And I think that's why you're really reluctant here, taking on that offer, potential love offer that's coming in. But you do see a lot of, like, I do see a lot of, like, good fortune coming your way in terms of finances and wealth. Okay? Like, long term, like, wealth. Like, this is something that's really good for you. This could also be a good job that's being offered to you. But there's something about this that you're not eagerly jumping into right away. And I'm not sure why. Maybe, like, this partner is, like, a little bit more, like, if this is a love reading for some of y'all, this could be somebody that is, like, extremely wealthy, and you can really see them, like, taking care of you in the future. But I think, like, a part of you kind of feels some type of way about that because you don't really want to rely on others either. Or maybe you just, like, you feel overwhelmed by, like, the offer that's coming in, and it's not really, like, the thing that's on your mind right now. Like, you're more about, like, your family, long-term success, your finances. You're not really interested in, like, love right now. But then you have the four of Wands coming in and the Star in reverse. There's some Aries and Aquarius energy coming up here, right? I do see some personal celebration coming in for you. But I don't really see that you're getting support from others. This seems very independent. Whatever this feeling you're having, you might have been at odds with someone, but you're not going to be feeling that any longer. Like, you're going to have, like, more inner peace with whatever has been bugging you. And with the Star card coming in reverse, I do see that there's a part of you that might be insecure, or you're not that, like, confident in a specific situation. That's why you've been letting go. Yeah, I see, like, there's something that you're not aware of, and you just feel very discouraged about something. So you're just kind of, like, letting go of it. Let's pull some advice for you. Let's pull some advice for Aries. 8 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups is in reverse, 10 of Pentacles upright, 2 of Cups upright. Tell me more. Tell me more for Aries. Okay. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse, and then the King of Wands upright. Tell me more. Tell me more for Aries, please. Temperance in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. The Fool in reverse. King of Swords upright. The Lovers. And then 6 of Pentacles. Okay, let's read this. And if I need to pull more cards out, then I will. Okay. So, for advice, I always read the cards that are upright with their little paragraphs to give more context to your advice. And then afterwards, I'll try to interpret the whole spread for the overall advice that the cards are giving. Okay? So, the 10 of Pentacles. You worked hard for a long time, and through all the struggles and setbacks, you finally accomplished your goals. You've now reached a state of contentment. This also means you are able to turn to your family. You are now able to give them attention and provide for them and do your part to ensure their bright future. Keywords here is establishment, wealth, and success. Next, we have the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is about a relationship built on respect, harmony, and support. It is a love that is inspiring, emotionally fulfilling, and built from mutual attraction. While this card typically indicates romantic relationships, it can also signify non-romantic partners, like a business partner or a platonic friend. So some keywords here is unified love, attraction, and partnership. Then you got the King of Wands, which is fire energy. A natural born leader and a visionary who can change the world. The King of Wands is focused on his goals and goes about his life with ambition and intent. Be assertive. grab life by the horns and take control. Keywords here is action, leadership, vision, and charisma. Okay. And then we have King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card of stern judgment and leadership, a card of law and order. It suggests fairness, logic, and a clear mind when making decisions. So some keywords here is authority, logic, calmness, and clear thinking. And then we got the Lovers. This card signifies a harmonious relationship with a solid foundation and a deep bond. Outside of relationships, the Lovers indicate that an important decision may have to be made. Be clear of your values and belief systems and stay true to yourself. And then the last card that is upright is the Six of Pentacles. A card of financial harmony, generosity, and sharing. You may be either the one happily giving or the one graciously receiving. Either way, it is a relationship built on good faith. Remember, however, the importance of being able to take care of yourself. Keywords here is generosity, charity, and benevolence. Okay, so let's go into this and check out the advice. We got the Eight of Cups and Ten of Pentacles here, right? So there might be something that occurs here for you, Aries, that seems to be making you a little like pessimistic regarding the unknown. Like, and you're not really sure about like how you want to handle it, right? But I think this is pertaining to like how successful you are in a certain establishment that might like help you up your finances. Maybe some of you guys have been contemplating a new job, a new place of employment that pays more, but it's like something that you're not used to. Like that's something that's outside of your comfort zone, and you're feeling a little like pessimistic about that. But I do see here with that Ten of Pentacles, like it's like showing that you're going to be very successful if you were to go in that type of environment. Despite you feeling a little hopeless, like, you know, like don't give up. You have good fortune that's waiting for you. You have to keep going. And then with the Two of Cups, with that Seven of Wands in reverse, this seems like a romance portion of like your advice. And what I'm seeing here is that with that Seven of Wands in reverse, you might be feeling a lot of like emotions right now that might be making you wanting to give up on love altogether, or you just feel very overwhelmed by it all. It's interesting because this is like with the Two of Cups next to it. I do think that this is pertaining to like a bond. This could be love. This could be a partnership of some sort. This could be between you and someone specific. Someone that you love. Could be a family relative, could be a friend, could be a potential like romantic partner. But I do see here, Aries, there's a part of you that feels like, you know, this connection is not working out, and you're like you're thinking of just abandoning it. But I think here what's important with this King of Wands that follows after it is telling you to take action and take leadership and be charismatic as you always are. Sometimes like it's okay, like you're so used to always being in this energy of being a leader wherever you are, and like sometimes people think you have all the answers and sometimes you don't, and that's totally okay. Don't feel like you have to take care of everyone and everything, okay? Because you don't want to get overwhelmed, all right? And especially if like some of your work might be like affecting like certain partnerships. You want to be able to, you know, balance things out more properly, right? But I do see like this is interesting to me because following after we have the Temperance card in reverse and the King of Cups, which talks about a separation of some sort due to incompatibility or conflicting interests. And there's someone here that's extremely moody, that is like kind of manipulative, very malicious energy coming from this person that you're not like around, which makes sense. Like Aries cannot like lie. They are very really honest. And if this person is always moody and like manipulative, like you're gonna feel turned off by it at some point. And I do see that you have separated from this person before or this type of entity, like this type of energy. This feels like a very specific advice for certain Aries out there. It honestly feels a bit personal because it talks about the Fool in reverse, the King of Swords, and the Lovers, right? Which is talking about like being naive in a situation where it required you to think logically and calmly between you and another person. Because the Lovers card comes out, and I'm like, love has been like kind of like coming up often in this portion of the reading. That there were some choices that needed to be made, despite like being naive and reckless. There was also a part that needed to be very clear and logical and calm, regaining a choice, like regarding a love choice or whatever. Like, yeah, because the Lovers here is talking about love and then like choices and all this stuff. You may have separated from someone in a love connection that was very moody and manipulative. You felt very overwhelmed, but you also felt like you had to take action because you were in a leadership position. You had to take action on this partnership. Because you're just generally, you are someone who is very successful despite not knowing what to do and being afraid of the unknown. You still keep your head up and you keep moving forward. That's what makes you a very good leader. And it's just like you can pick up on these red flags. And it's just like when you see someone who is very vindicative and very reckless, you can't help but think calmly despite this person thinking extremely like recklessly. Like, what is right here? Like, despite, like, the feelings you might have you separated from this person with the Temperance. You are also very generous. You gave a lot. I'm gonna put more cards. Tell me more. I need advice. Advice for Aries, please. That's a lot of fucking cards. I'm not gonna do that. Let's fix this. Seven of Cups. You may be faced with a lot of choices but be wise in choosing which will benefit you and which won't. Do not get so caught up in your dreams that you start to ignore reality. So it's illusion, imagination, wishful thinking. And then you got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which talks about being open to change and just self-reflections. This is getting interesting, chat. Knight of Swords. There's been a lot of chaos and arrogance. And then Judgment. Outcomes. You need to make a life-changing decision. Requires a kind of intuition and intellect. You're experiencing spiritual awakening and realizing that you are destined for so much more. You hear the call and are ready to act. So I think, Aries, with what I'm seeing here, is that you had a lot of wishful thinking, a lot of wishful thoughts about how things could have been, but it didn't work out. And so there's a part of you that have been deep in self-reflection and is open to change. And if not, you should be. Because I do see karma coming in with the Judgment card and the Knight of Swords in reverse. There is some chaotic like karma that's coming its way. And the outcome of it is going to be quite intense. I think what you're doing so far is good. You've been self-reflecting, you've been looking at things, and you have been very logical and calm. You have been actually very generous in this situation. But like there's part of you that needs to be open to change and know that like karma is coming. And it's best to just leave it to karma to take care of it and just keep moving forward. Focus on yourself. Focus on your career. I see that there is a lot of success in the unknown. As scary as that is, if you're going for a new job, definitely go for it. Keep working hard towards it. I know it's hard. You need more time when it comes to this separation. But, like, you made the right choice, is what I'm getting. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, there was an incompatibility. And you have this role of being the King of Wands, okay? You're someone who is like a natural leader and you take action on things. You don't really like, you're not being reckless per se. You've been very like calm and clear thinking, okay? With the King of Swords as well. So I think that you're heading in the right direction. I see a lot of good readings, like a lot of really good cards come out of your reading for mid-May. But yeah, that's your reading, Aries. I hope that resonated and helped. Let's get this going, guys. Leo. What are some mid-month messages for Leo, month of May? What can they expect the last weeks of May? What are some messages for Leo, please? Uh-oh, Ace of Wands in reverse. What you mean? What you mean? Uh-oh. 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 Got the Nine of Wands next to that Ace of Wands in reverse. Alright. You know what this means. It's looking slow for you. There's some Leos out there that was hoping for some action, but there's no action happening. There's a lot of delays going down. And it could be a misunderstanding of some sort, or it could not be, but it's not happening for you. And that makes you frustrated. And it actually keeps you anxious. You wonder if it's your fault, but then you think about it and you're like, wait, how is it my fault? It's not my fault. I see you being defensive about something, like, wait, did I do something? Was it me? Nah, it can't be, but yeah, that's the energy I'm getting from this so far. Tell me more. Tell me more for Leo, please. What this is about? Justice in reverse. Somebody was irresponsible and not being honest about something. Let's see. Oh, interesting. This might pertain to romance. Not gonna lie. Very interesting. But not a positive love reading, I might add. But let me keep pulling cards before I talk my ish. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Interesting. Okay, Leo, let's read this for you. This might be pertaining to some single Leos or Leos that got out of a relationship with someone. There's a reason why I'm saying that. We got the Justice in reverse next to that, Three of Swords in reverse. So I do see somebody messed up big time in the past due to either they were dishonest or they were irresponsible or something. And because of that, there was a lot of issues that went down. They could have been with another person too, from what I'm seeing here. But I do see, Leo, that a lot of this old energy of like maybe someone was potentially cheating on you or if there was another third party involved, I do see that you are forgiving and letting go of the past. Okay? Because this is in reverse. Like, yeah, that might have happened, but it's over and done with, right? You want to just like be done with it. I do see here with this Judgment in reverse and then the Three of Cups that there was a lot of blaming game. One of you guys were blaming one over the other and judging each other. Like, well, if you didn't do that, then I wouldn't have done that. Or like, if you had just done this instead of doing that, that wouldn't have done this. There's a lot of pointing at each other, what I'm feeling right now. Okay? Like, this is your fault. This is what I'm getting. And because of that, some of y'all are just kind of like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be dealing with a relationship. I don't want to deal with a commitment. I want to go out and I want to party. I want to go out and meet with my friends. I want to celebrate. I want to be able to get support from people who are actually able to support me, because you obviously can't do that. Like, that's, if this is resonating with you, if this is ringing, like, your ears are ringing, then yeah, this is your reading. Because this is the kind of energy I'm getting from you and this whole situation that went down. And that's probably why you've been feeling, like, down and depressed. Like, you're frustrated because there's so many things that this person could have done, but then you also are on the defense because this person have, like, accused you of things too. Like, you're not, like, they're not the only one to blame, you're also to blame about things. And so, like, you've been kind of, like, on the fence about that, and you've been, like, able to move on and like spend more time with your friends. Or maybe some of you guys need to see your friends to feel support that you can't really get from this situation. Obviously, it's chaos. And then so you have the Knight of Pentacles coming in with that Eight of Swords in reverse, right? So in regards to dealing with someone who is more dependable and somewhat conservative, there is one coming your way, but there's a lot of delays that are coming. And you want to be careful of how you come off. You don't want to come off too eager or too frustrated. You might scare them away. Try to avoid miscommunications, but just know that that person is on their way and they're coming soon. It's just that you need more time. Okay? Hi, Dover. Hi, baby. Okay, let's do hidden factors for Leo. What are some hidden factors for Leo? Got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Got the Three of Cups coming back. This time it's in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Nine. Oh, that's the King of Cups. Ace of Cups in reverse. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. The Hermit. Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Okay, let's read this. Okay. So first we have these two cards. The Knight of Cups in reverse and then that Three of Cups. So yeah, there is a part of you that's going out and hanging out with your friends. Okay? Some of you guys might be drinking with friends, you might be partying it up, but now that this is coming out in this spread, which is the hidden factors, you are going through a lot of disappointment and moody emotions. A lot of like dark emotions that like you're just down. But like you got to be careful because there is a part that is showing that you might be isolating and not really going out with friends, and you might be indulging. And indulging in things like it could be drinks, it could be food, it could be playing excessively video games, you could be gambling a lot, like something that involves like an indulgence of some sort that helps you feel distracted. Like, and you're not really doing it with others. It seems like you're kind of doing this by yourself because you've been feeling very disappointed lately. And there is a lot to be disappointed about, okay? You got the Seven of Pentacles showing itself next to that Five of Cups. This is showing me that, like, this was something that you had hoped would grow and you would benefit long term. You were hoping to see this grow and blossom, and you, like, you know, reaping the benefits of this situation that you had a lot of high hopes for. You're even patiently waiting and trying to, like, see how it goes, but it didn't work out. There's a lot of disappointment you're experiencing. You're not really looking at the positives of things. You're kind of like more down about the negatives of things, and it's just like there's a lot of like regrets and loss and pessimism from this situation that did not work out. Like you were hoping that it wouldn't turn out that way, but then it did, and now you're disappointed. And so like I don't blame you for feeling this way. You're valid. I mean, anyone else would. But I do see here that there is an opportunity for someone else to come into the picture. We got the King of Cups here. And this is someone that is showing me that they're very diplomatic, they're very balanced and responsible. And they have a good lead. Like they have leadership energy, okay? And they can be very supportive, but I don't see you giving them a chance. Okay, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's showing me that this is a blocked off opportunity. Like they were willing to they're interested. They have a cup. They want to fill into your cup, but you're kind of like refusing that. You don't want to deal with that. Like, you're kind of overwhelmed, and you're still like mourning the past connection. You're like emotionally lost right now. Like, you don't have it in you to accept anything right now. You're kind of like still emptying out your cup from this situation that made you very disappointed and sad. And it's just like, it kind of, it's sad, but I do see this person very respectful and waiting. But like right now is like, you're not gonna take anything from this person. And so with the Eight of like Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, I see you working more about like yourself. You kind of need time to hone in and like work on your self-development. I see like a lot of like you focusing on certain activities to hone your own skills, and you're not really looking at anything else but this. You're just doing what you need to do for yourself. And I think that's why this is not working out with this other person that wants to pour into your cup. I do see here though, like there's times where you have like you have scattered energy regarding like this card. The Knight of Wands is telling me that like there's moments where you feel angry and frustrated because of the delays, but like you still can't help but like stick around because you have a lot of passion about something. So like your energy is not all over, like your energy is not like really like stable right now. It's kind of like inconsistent, and that's why you've been honing in on yourself and your skills, because you know that, and you're trying to like recalibrate yourself, you could say. Then you got the Eight of Swords and the Hermit coming in here. The Hermit is very strong Virgo energy, okay? But it means that you're kind of like withdrawing from a lot of like things and just like soul searching. There's a lot of introspection that you have. You have a lot of thoughts to yourself. And you're also extracting the wisdom from things that you're observing from a distance, right? Because you're taking a look at yourself. And I see that like you're releasing a lot of negative thoughts that you have floating around your head. You're your biggest inner critic with this card, okay? And I think, like, while you're criticizing yourself, you go into this hermit mode where you really do some soul searching, and you're just trying to figure out things by being alone. Which is very rare in your case as a Leo, like, to want to be alone and do that. I think that's a very mature like process that I don't see often from you, Leo, and that's very important because this is going to help you understand yourself more and help you recalibrate yourself, okay? But I do see that we got the Ten of Pentacles coming in. You do have some wealth coming your way. I do see some like better financial stability coming your way, and it's going to impact you and your family long term. And I see that like you might be dealing with a Cancer or someone who has these qualities of a Cancer, the Queen of Cups. Someone who is very compassionate and calm and nurturing. Like you find yourself like when you're around this person, you feel like you're like a part of you is healing, and they're helping you emotionally stabilize. So this person is gonna help you. I'm not sure if like this means you got money to see a therapist or something, but like I do see that like your finances are getting better, and you're gonna meet someone, or you need to see someone that has these qualities because they're gonna help you understand yourself during this like emotional trial. Let's pull some advice. What's some advice for Leo? Three of Pentacles came out upright. Justice. The Moon. All upright. Strength. Getting some major cards coming out. The Fool in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Three of Swords. Ten of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Seven of Pentacles for... I'm going to continue this reading, and then I'm going to get into the chat, okay? So, all the cards that are upright, I'm going to read them. Okay, so Three of Pentacles. This card indicates the beginning of a project, but one that requires teamwork. However you play a role in this too, it seems that your efforts are finally getting recognized. Let your skills and capabilities shine. Let your skills and capabilities shine, but remember that your fate is currently tied to others. So keywords here are skill, teamwork, and encouragement. Then you got the Justice card coming out, right? And so the Justice card represents justice, fairness, truth, and the law. You're being called to account for your actions and will be judged accordingly. If you have acted in alignment with your higher self and for the greater good of others, you have nothing to worry about. However, if you haven't, you will be called out and made to own up to your actions. Some keywords here is justice, legal matters, fairness, and balance. Next, you have the Moon. The Moon represents your fears and illusions and often comes out when you are projecting fear into your present and your future based on your past experiences. You may have a painful memory that caused emotional distress, and rather than dealing with the emotions, you push them down deep into your subconsciousness. Some keywords here is hidden enemies, danger, and calamity. And then you got the Strength card, right? You got a lot of cards that are upright, so be prepared for this read aloud. Next, we have the Strength card. In contrast to the physical willpower of the Chariot, Strength is about overcoming difficulties through inner strength. Strength is about taming your inner beast to let your inner voice shine through. Your strength gives you the confidence to overcome any growing fears, challenges, or doubts. And then keywords are inner strength, balance, and power. And then the next one we have here is the Ace of Pentacles, which is an opportunity, okay? Ace of Pentacles is a card of new beginnings and opportunities. The world around you is full of abundance and vitality, giving you plenty of opportunities to achieve wealth, not only in a financial sense, but a holistic one as well. Keywords here is new beginnings, health, and vitality. Next we have is the Seven of Swords. So, Seven of Swords is about deception and being sneaky about a situation rather than facing it head on. It may be you or someone in your life who is going behind the backs of others. When drawing this card, be sure to reflect on your intentions and make sure they are pure. Keywords here is deception, betrayal, and selfishness. And then we got the Three of Swords. Three of Swords indicates a time of pain and heartbreak. However, it encourages you to use this pain as a lesson learned. Accept your loss, release the pain, and move on with the past behind you. Keywords is heartache, grief, and love triangles. Excuse me. Then we got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is patient, methodical, and hardworking. Trustworthiness, reliability, and routine work are required from you right now. The work may seem dull, but they will pay off eventually. You must see all your tasks through to the end. Some keywords here is practicality, steadfastness, and routine. Okay, let me read all of this all together. Yo, what's up, lemons? Okay, so Leo, I do think with these two cards, there might be some legal matters that you might be attending to, or just generally when you're trying to be fair and balanced, it's definitely something that might be hard for others because it's part of like a skill set that you have to have. Okay, now with this portion of your reading in regards to your situation advice, I think it's encouraging you to be fair and balanced. And like personally me, when I see the Justice card, I think about karma. Like you want to have good karma and like not bad karma, okay? And understand like it's not just you, it's teamwork with that Three of Pentacles, okay? It's like it takes two for a tangle to happen, right? Like even if someone doesn't reciprocate your pure intentions, like let karma deal with that, you know? But like it's best to start first and do the right thing instead of like, you know, doing the wrong thing. You know, I think if there's like a lot of weight on your chest or your consciousness about something, it's best to address it and be fair and balanced, because that's the intention, right? And it's just like I'm gonna go off a little like off tangent here. When it comes to our body always tries to tell us when something is not balanced. Okay, Whether you're sick, whether your mental health is being impacted, whether your emotional self is being impacted, there's something that is not balanced, and there's always, our body's always trying to tell us this. And I'm guessing here that there's something deep within you that feels like it's not really balanced, and you're like, you want to be fair. So I think this is encouraging you to make that step in being fair. And even if the other person is not receptive of that, as long as you tried your best, that's all that really counts, right? And you have that closure moving forward. It helps you release some weight. I do see here with the moon and the strength, you have a lot of like inner strength about like certain people around you that are hidden enemies. So I think what's important here is really like be open to your intuition. I think your intuition is gonna like help guide you, that there are people around you that try to act like they're your friends but they're not, and you have the strength to handle that. Like, don't be afraid. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys can pick up on that. I feel like some of you guys know when someone is trying to be your friend but they're not. Like, you know you could take them for sure. So there's nothing you can worry about in regarding to that area of your life. Then we got the Fool card in reverse and then the Ace of Pentacles, right? But the Fool is in reverse, okay? So I think that what I'm seeing here is that there is a new beginning for you, okay? This could be helping you with your health or something regarding like your life. This is an opportunity. But I do see that with the Fool in there, someone is being reckless with this new beginning. Or you're going to use this opportunity to be reckless. But be careful, okay? You know, I like naivety is very like strong and with this card, because like you don't mean to, but like sometimes like when you're not really paying attention, you might stumble and fall, and you're about to start something new, okay? So don't fumble it. Next we have the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. So I do see here that there was someone in this connection that might have gotten involved with a love triangle of some sort, because they were not happy, and that caused a lot of heartache. And this was definitely something that betrayed you. I see a lot of betrayal. I see a lot of selfishness involved with this individual. I do see a level of deception that happened here, whether they lied to you in your face or they withheld information. There was someone else involved. And it's kind of hard to like come back to that unscathed, you know? But what I'm sensing here pertaining to that, I do have the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. That's showing me that you are going to recover from that, because you are going to have a lot more clarity walking away from that. I see like you know about it, and you kind of like went through the emotional process of the ordeal, and things are becoming more clear to you, and you're going to be able to see things more clearly, and because of that you're able to like be more practical and get into a routine that's beneficial for your growth. And I think that's important here, is like growing from the experience, right? And I think you're almost at that point, because you're still recovering from the situation, but like definitely the clarity part of it is definitely helping you in like going forward with a better routine. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles and then the Four of Wands in reverse. So this is showing me that there is some tension, because like you haven't been really stable for a while. It's been impacting your home life. But I do see like it's because like you are kind of still hung up on some like past things. Maybe it was this connection, because this did come out earlier. This was the it was this card, the Seven of Pentacles, and this time it's in reverse. I do see that like you have a vision of success coming your way soon, but like it might be limited. You're still kind of worried about like some of your wasted efforts from a past situation, but like, you know, I think you just have to prevail. You have to get into your routine, and you have to like maintain it and maintain yourself and develop more skills as you go along. Though the instability is impacting you in your home life, it could be a little bit difficult at times, but like you just have to hang in there and like work through the tension, okay? But yeah, that is your advice, Leo. I hope that resonated. And if it did, I hope it helps you move forward. But yeah, let's get this going, though. Sagittarius. What are some messages for Sagittarius? What are some mid-month May messages for Sagittarius, please? Ace of Swords. We got some chaos coming in. Well, this card keeps coming out tonight for all the fire signs. What's going on, bro? Okay, so Sagittarius, it seems like something unclear happened that has become very chaotic regarding to a situation that you were tending to. It was supposed to be like a give and take situation, but it wasn't. It's more like you giving into a situation that you were hoping to grow, that you were hoping to blossom, but like nothing has happened yet. And maybe that's causing some chaos in your life right now. Got the Lovers in reverse. And then you got the Six of Cups in reverse. Then you got the Four of Wands. Page of Swords. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know. I'm like, I'm thinking about one of my Sagittarius friends, to be honest, while I'm looking at these cards. I wonder if this is pertaining to him. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, we got the Lovers in reverse. Six of Cups upright. Four of Wands upright. Page of Swords. Three of Swords. And Two of Wands. Okay, Sagittarius. So, regarding this situation where you feel like has been very unclear and chaotic, where you have given a lot and you're hoping something to grow from it, I do see a conflict pertaining to this connection. It's not a good one either, okay? It's giving you, like, you're not at all at peace with this situation. And there's also some temptation that's taking place as well. You're, like, it's not looking good between you and this other person. I don't know if this is a potential love partner, or, like, you know, this is a friendship or a connection. But, like, whatever is going on with this connection, there's some conflict going on. And you feel tempted. Part of you is trying to get by with, like, you know, the innocence of the situation. Maybe, like, this person you're dealing with comes off very, like, ignorant and innocent, and you've been giving them a lot of chances. But I also see some part of you that's kind of, like, looking back at the past. Maybe you've been looking back at, like, old memories of, like, how things used to be when you were a child. Like, this could be, like a coping mechanism where you're, like, escaping from reality, and you're just thinking back on the past when times were better. Like, I don't know if that's how bad things are between you and this person, that you just, like, kind of, like, zoning out and, like, thinking back on the past and happier times. Or maybe just generally you're just looking back at, like the past, any time during the past. It couldn't even be childhood. It could be any time in the past. A time where you felt more stable and you were more happy, and, like, you had more energy and you were more talkative. Like, maybe this is something that you're not really doing much of nowadays. And, like, there's some grief. You might have been cheated on by someone. There might be a third person involved. And because of that, like, you've been grieving. And, like, you've been trying to make more plans, more self-discovery. You've been, like, wondering, like, what more should I do with this? Like, are there other things that I should be checking out? Aside from love, like, what else is out there? Like, I think you kind of, like, are stepping away from love because it's just been so chaotic and you just want to be peaceful. And you are wondering about, like, what's your next move going forward? Let's pull out some hidden factors. What are some hidden factors for Sagittarius? What are some hidden factors for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Got the Sun card. Six of Swords. Oh, we got that Wheel of Fortune coming out. And then we got the Hangman. Interesting. Nine of Pentacles. Death card. How interesting. How very interesting. And then the Emperor wants to show himself. Queen of Swords. Damn! Okay. Okay. Two of Swords. Strength card. Okay, let's read this. Okay, we got the Sun card. In regards to your hidden factor, Sagittarius, we have the Sun card, and then we got the Six of Swords. So, you are gonna be happy. Okay? You're gonna be full of energy. You're gonna find something that makes you very happy. A lot of warmth, a lot of like pleasure, something fun. And I see you transitioning away from something, leaving things behind with that energy. I think you're making a happy transition is what I'm sensing. A very positive one for that matter. But then we do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman that came out in reverse, okay? So why did I have a reaction with Wheel of Fortune? As you know, Wheel of Fortune talks about a karmic cycle, okay? And I think there is a chance that you might be ending a karmic cycle here. Or it could be indicating the karmic cycle is about to bring in some of the bad. Like karmic cycle, Wheel of Fortune, there are some goods and bads. And a karmic cycle typically means that there is something that the universe is trying to show you in this lifetime that will be a lesson. And it will repeat itself over and over in this lifetime until this lesson is learned. It could also be indication of like past life unfinished business. Or it could be current life unfinished business. But typically, like, this is something that is always, like, in a cycle in your life. And either you're coming to an end to the cycle, or the bad is coming in from the cycle. But I do see here, with this Hangman, and also reverse coming next to it, it's showing that, like, you're having an indecision about regarding the situation. You're at a standstill, and you might be stalling. From having to handle this current situation that you're trying to like transition out of. But I don't think you can easily run away from it either. Like you want to, but it's not gonna happen. There is a part of you that is kind of living beyond your means, and you're kind of a little frustrated. A lot of you need to work more. Some of you guys are really obsessed with finances. I mean, who doesn't want to have money? But I think some of y'all got a little bougie and can't keep up with your finances and are trying to like work a little bit more to keep up with it. But I do see something's coming to an end soon, and you're going to be transitioning into something that will begin soon. Like that card, yeah, that means something's going to be ending. But the most important message with this card is that something is about to begin. So you're going through some transition right now, and you're trying to hold back. You're trying to like keep it at a standstill, like you're stalling. But then we got the Emperor and Queen of Swords that came out. These are so aggressive. This, this is like strong Aries energy, honestly. And you got like some Virgo energy coming in. Basically, there's somebody that will come in that has like a lot of authoritative power. Could be a boss, could be a father figure, or it could just be another Aries. But like there is somebody here that has a lot of authoritative energy and is trying to like communicate with you and like wants some focus. But like I think like with this Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, like this might be you. Now the Queen of Swords is like someone that kind of gives a cold soldier, and they have some clear boundaries. They're very simple with their words, direct communication. They have unbiased judgment and so forth, but they have such a strong level of perception and clear mind. It's literally someone is like, they know what's up, they're mad at you, they don't want to talk to you, and when they do talk to you, it's very simple, flat responses. So I'm not sure if like you guys are kind of like butting heads right now, but there's someone here that is kind of demanding, and you're like putting your foot down, you're like, no. Oh man, T. There's a lot of stubborn energy here, a lot of like hot energy coming in. But there is definitely, again, new beginnings coming your way with the Fool card showing in. You just have to be careful with, like, you're open to all the new opportunities and possibilities, but like you also have to keep yourself grounded and pay attention on how far you're going in to something. Like, don't ignore the little details because you might accidentally like get hurt. So just, you know, it's okay to be spontaneous, but be safe, you know? Because this is kind of scary with the Fool next to the Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse is usually manipulated energy, okay? To like get you to do something. Like the Magician itself is a manifestation card, right? But in the reverse position, it's showing me that someone is trying to get something done by like using you. They probably think that you're naive and they're trying to like manipulate that. Someone who's very like a poor planner and somewhat narcissistic. They're trying to take advantage of your naivety. Be careful with that. But overall, you do have some difficult decisions coming your way. I think like there's a lot of like good things that are going to come. You're going to enter a new, like you're in a transitional period. And in order for new things to happen, you have to stop stalling and running away. You have to face it like directly. And whatever this cycle is, like maybe you're not ready for it to end, but like there are other things waiting for you once this is over. So you just have to have strength when you make your decision, okay? I know it's hard. Maybe some of you guys are not that confident, but you do have the courage to go forward, and you just have to really like focus and lock in on the decision that you make regarding this situation that you're like not letting go of. Let's get some advice. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles in reverse. Advice for Sagittarius, please. Four of Swords, Ten of Cups. Emperor is coming out again, but reverse. Page of Swords. Justice in reverse. Temperance in reverse. The Star in reverse. Oi. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Seven of Swords. Okay, let's read this. For Sagittarius. Okay, so we're going to start with all the cards that are upright. I'm going to read the descriptions so that there's more context to your advice. And then I'm going to come back to reading the overall spread and interpreting the messages from all the cards for your advice. Okay? So, Seven of Pentacles. You are thinking of the future and have been investing a lot of time and effort into a long-term goal. You have also learned to focus your efforts where they are most important. While you may feel impatient with the slower process, the slower progress, know that if you keep at it, your goals will soon come to fruition. Some keywords here is planning, perseverance, and slow growth. And then we've got the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords represents new energy, projects, ventures, and you may experience some conflict as you go. But your ability to reason, communication skills, and intuition will guide you along the way. Keywords is curiosity, energy, and enthusiasm and ideas. And that was it. Everything else is in reverse. So let's try to interpret your advice, Sagittarius. Okay, so starting over here with the Seven of Pentacles upright and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a lot of slow growth happening here due to some careless actions from someone else. But I don't think this is you. I think this is involving another person, involving like your growth in the workplace. You have Four of Swords coming out and then the Ten of Cups. So that's causing you to stress out. The stagnation can stress out any fire sign, honestly. But I think what's important here is focusing on like your broken connections, whether it's with your family, with relationships you've had with like friends or like lovers. There's some broken connections here that you've been kind of like putting off. I do see that someone here has the Emperor in reverse. Somebody here was very abusive with their power of the connection. Like, it was someone who wanted to have a lot of control. And this could be like a friend, this could be a partner, this could be a family relative. And it's just like, this is someone that you have a broken connection with. And, you know, with the Page of Swords, like, there is a part of you that is curious about how they're doing. But there's also like an energy there that kind of wants to focus on other things. Because this person with the Justice in reverse was very dishonest. And they don't want to take accountability for what they did. And that is very off-putting. And that's what caused you to separate from them with that Temperance in reverse. It talks about like a disunion of some sort. And it seems like this person was not very honest with themselves. They lacked accountability. And they always need to have control of the situation. And you just didn't like that shit. Like the Star in reverse is talking about like being very pessimistic. Because the person was very arrogant. Okay? And not only that, they were very stingy as well. And you can't handle shit like that. Like, there's one thing to be fearful of poverty, but there's another thing when you're just kind of like, you know, stingy. Like, you live a very lavish life, okay? I said it earlier. Like, you are trying to, like, maintain your bougie lifestyle. And you know what? If you got the money, why not, right? You take care of yourself, you make your own money, you take care of your own bills, you want to have a nice, like, luxurious time. You know, that's totally you. But, like, this person is not about that. And you're like, no. And then they have this level of control that you just don't want to deal with. And it's just like, I get it when people care about you and they try to, like, give you good advice and they really want you to, like listen to their advice because they care about you and they don't want to see anything bad happening to you. But then there's this level of, like, someone trying to control you and getting mad when they can't. Like, that's going to rub any fire sign the wrong way, honestly. And it's just like, you know, as you build up the negatives, they will stack up. And it's going to make you feel less influenced in spending time with them, right? But I do see here that you are kind of, like, in a routine that is helping you. Although you're a bit restless regarding that routine, it is helping you heal and release the pain of the situation that occurred here with this Knight of Pentacles and then followed by the Three of Swords. I see that you are releasing a lot of pain and you are healing. And, you know, that's great. Do you, shorty, do you. But I do see a warning here with the Seven of Swords that you are ignoring advice and breaking old habits. So, I don't know. I feel like Sagittarius is kind of doing their own thing right now. Like, they are kind of like, they know that something is happening and they're kind of resisting change. And there's a lot waiting to enter their life, but they have to, like, close out this chapter. And part of them is not letting go or closing the chapter and kind of, like, stalling it. And just knowing that this isn't a good connection, but still not completely letting go of it either. And they're like, I think for them, they're trying to take control of their life by doing a lot of reckless things. And it's a little hard because it's like, this is me just as a person looking at this situation, this story of a person that is hurting. And scared of change. And all I can say is that, honestly, there's a lot of red flags about this person. Okay, you're gonna have to balance it. And it's just like, write the pros and cons of keeping the connection. And then it's just like, I'll weigh it, you know? And it's just like, I always have this saying when it comes to like bonds. Doesn't matter if it's like friendships, family, whatever. Every relationship, every bond has an expiration date, okay? Some expiration dates are a little bit longer than others, okay? But what happens when you keep something beyond its expiration date? It rots. It expires. And you don't want to keep something that expires, okay? You see a really gross and not appealing side of something that was once good. And it will keep getting worse as you hold on to it. And sometimes the best thing to do is let it go and move on. And sometimes it comes back and it's not as bad as it once was if you had like held on to it, you know? And that's just how I see bonds, you know? Like, there are some bonds that I kind of just let go. I didn't really fall for it. But then later down the line, I met up with that friend and we were Gucci. We were to hang out and catch up. But the ones that I kept longer than I should have and it became expired, I could never meet up with them again and them being okay. Very rarely. And it ended really badly. So like, that's just my own personal experience and this is what I'm seeing and this is my advice for you, Sag. If some of you Sagittarius are in that kind of situation, really let that sink in. And when you're ready, let go. And understand it's not easy because look here, it's a Wheel of Fortune card coming out. This is something that's very hard to let go because it keeps coming back. And you're constantly being tested. So, yeah. I'm wishing you the best of luck, Sagittarius. So, yeah, that was your reading for your mid-May messages. If that resonated, I hope it helps moving forward.